but it's, talking about prequels and sequels and threequels and quadruple these. I don't know the hell if there's a word like that, but there's a lot of that happening, and we're talking about all that tonight. And they're also talking about a lot of things that deal with some breaking news. First thing that I want to dive right into is I want to talk about Archer for a second, because Archer's been on the air. We talked about this like 14 seasons, and the 14th season just ended, and people are wondering, they're getting some more Archer. What's going to happen? What's going down? Well, they've made an announcement over at the New York Comic-Con. They said that, yes, you're getting a movie. That's it. You're getting a special finale event, they're calling it, Archer Into the Cold. And that's going to end the Archer franchise for it. That's done. They're done with it. They're moving on. But, they say these things all the time. Look at like South Park went away, and look at Futurama went away, and then all of a sudden they come back for some kind of special reunion or something along the lines of that. So you never know when these programs are going to come back. Just like Seinfeld might be coming back, everybody. That's another thing that everyone's talking about, Seinfeld. I don't even know if that's going to be a thing, if it's going to really happen, but Jerry Seinfeld made an announcement about it while he was doing stand-up. We talked about this last week, where he said, hey, everybody, I'm working on it. We know Larry and I have something in the works. We all know that ending people don't like. There's something
I don't know if it was an announcement as much as it was an insinuation.
It was an insinuation. You're right. It was an insinuation, Sabrina, but he put it out there. And so now everyone's going around saying, well, is it true? We got to ask people around the Seinfeld cast. So Julia Louis-Dreyfus actually was asked about this in an interview, and she said, yeah, I just saw what he said, and I don't know what the hell he's talking about. So she has no idea what's happening. Of course, they've had little mini reunions before, but it's never been anything big, and people want it so bad because that show was such a hit, going from 1989 all the way to 1998, which is a long time for a show, but she has no idea what the hell is going on. Just like I don't think, many of us really know what the hell is going on with Britney Spears most of the time, except Britney Spears has a memoir coming out right now, and her memoir is called, everybody ready for this? And then we said before, I Stand With Britney. And the newest news that came out about this recently is that they're going to have an audiobook come out, and it's going to be narrated by Michelle Williams. So Michelle Williams is going to be the voice of Britney Spears in this audio series. Now, of course, Britney is going to do a prologue, an introduction for the whole audio series. And at that point, she'll kind of have her initial, introduction to the story. And she got paid $15 million to do this. So a lot of money to make this happen.
Dang.
$15 million. And Britney has a lot of risque, a lot of parties, a lot of craziness in her life. We all have seen the story play out in front of us, from the baldness to the family drama, all of that. And I mean, it might be a good book. They said that actually, in the audio series too, but there's some about Justin Timberlake in there too, where she's throwing a little shade on JT. So we don't know what that's going to be yet. We'll have to wait to find out. I know, right, Sabrina? But something, it's something, Lexi, but I'm just kind of okay, all right, we'll see. But Britney's done a lot of parties. She's had a lot of crazy career in her time. And to me, she's probably getting to the point where she won't stop partying. She'll keep going. She'll have another after party after something else, but Apple TV will not have any more after parties because Apple TV has canceled After Party after 2 seasons. So if you're a fan of After Party, it's going away, everybody. 2 seasons, but it might not be done yet. It might not be done yet because right now Sony Pictures are trying to shop it around. We talk about this all the time. This is how it goes. They try to find a new home for their products. And after 2 seasons, they're hoping they find a home. And of course, it's created by Chris Miller and Phil Lord, who did the Han Solo project before and got fired. And then they actually did some more projects, but they have had some problems. But it's a hit for them. I know Sabrina watched it. She loves it. And it was doing really well. Now, I thought it was doing really well, but it was still not in the top 10 charts at all for everything. So they were expecting it to do better than it was. So Apple was like, we're moving on, but they'll find a home for it because every studio wants their projects to do well, just like Marvel wants the Marvels to do well, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. If you're excited about this project, I'm not sure, everybody, because let's look at the numbers very fast about this. So Captain Marvel, the very first one when it came out, okay, budget, $152 million. A lot of money, right? How much do they make? Well, opening weekend, $153.4 million. Not a bad opening. Overall, domestically, $426.8 million. How much globally? $1.128 billion. Now, how is the Marvels looking right now? Well, budget, $270 million. $270 million. Opening weekend tickets projecting right now between $50 and $75 million. They're expecting domestically, 121 million when it's all said and done, maybe up to 189 million. So it's not looking the best. It's not going to reach that billion. They're looking at losing a lot of money on this, and it's not good for Marvel. It really isn't. And they're probably freaking out a little bit over Marvel. They're probably like, what do? You throw all this money, hope project does great, and you expect great results, and then it tanks. And somebody else that tanked was Kevin Spacey's career.
Oh, boy.
But he's still popping up. He's still popping up because he might be coming back a little bit, right? He might be coming back. But Kevin Spacey's in the news because he has a new movie coming out since he had all of his charges dismissed. All right. All of them are done. So he has a new movie coming out called Control. Now, not a big part. Voiceover only. So you're only gonna hear his voice on the phone. That's it. It's a micro-budget Welsh movie and just a little part for him. And then they went to get the premiere all planned out. And then the actual cinema, which was London Cinema, was like, yeah, Kevin Spacey's attached to this. Well, we want nothing to do with this. They said last night it came to our attention that your film features Kevin Spacey in particularly, it's the first film since he's coming back from all of this, and my staff and I are horrified that we are even mentioned along with the same breath as Kevin Spacey. So they dropped the movie. They said, we're not going to play this at our theater. But of course, somebody else picked it up pretty fast. It's a premiere, and it'll go someplace after that. But, it's going to come out. Ingenious Cinema actually picked it up. So Creep Chris says, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, someone picks it up just like that. And it's just like, you think like, oh, it's not going to, it's Kevin Spacey, but he'll find a way back into Hollywood to a certain degree, and he'll still make movies. This is just a first step moving forward. So we'll have to see where that goes.